Yeah. Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's vacant now. Yeah, she hates me now, I made mistakes but now I don't ever wanna be alone. I don't really ever feel at home. On my own, in the zone, that's the only way I know. Feeling low, about to blow back up. I won't ever let the doubt creep in. Gotta pop a couple more aspirin. Yeah. Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's vacant now. Yeah, she hates me now, I made mistakes but now I don't ever wanna be alone. I don't really ever feel at home. On my own, in the zone, that's the only way I know. Feeling low, about to blow back up. I won't ever let the doubt creep in. Gotta pop a couple more aspirin. I don't think I'll ever let you in. Easier to break it off best friends. I don't really understand myself. I don't really understand, need help. I don't wanna be left on the shelf. Couldn't even hear me if I yelled. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold. Break down, always feel like I could break now, but I never let it take me to that place now. I won't ever let my thoughts get away now. I got better things to do, picking fate now. I just wanna be the best, call me great now. I don't know if I'm okay or insane now. I remember better days on the playground, hoping I can find my way even when I'm feeling down. I fight, even when I don't know what is right. I'ma pick a side, and I'ma take pride. I will decide my fate, and I will never let them tell me who I am. If you try to shape me, I'll be damned. Planet on the ground is where I stand. Never give up, that was always the plan. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold. Yeah. Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's vacant now. Yeah, she hates me now, I made mistakes but now I don't ever wanna be alone. I don't really ever feel at home. On my own, in the zone, that's the only way I know. Feeling low, about to blow back up. I won't ever let the doubt creep in. Gotta pop a couple more aspirin. I don't think I'll ever let you in. Easier to break it off best friends. I don't really understand myself. I don't really understand, need help. I don't wanna be left on the shelf. Couldn't even hear me if I yelled. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold. breakdown. Always feel like I could break now, but I never let it take me to that place now. I won't ever let my thoughts get away now. I got better things to do, picking fate now. I just wanna be the best, call me great now. I don't know if I'm okay or insane now. I remember better days on the playground, hoping I can find my way to even when I'm feeling down. I fight, even when I don't know what is right. I'ma pick a side, and I'ma take pride. I will decide my fate, and I will never let them tell me who I am. If you try to shake me, I'll be damned. Planet on the ground is where I stand. Never give up, that was always the plan. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold. Yeah. Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's vacant now. Yeah, she hates me now, I made mistakes, but now I don't ever wanna be alone. I don't really ever feel at home. On my own, in the zone, that's the only way I know. Feeling low, about to blow back up. Here I won't ever let the doubt creep in. Gotta pop a couple more aspirin. I don't think I'll ever let you in. Easier to break it off as friends. I don't really understand myself. I don't really understand, need help. I don't wanna be left on the shelf. Couldn't even hear me if I yelled. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright.
Yo, we are back to another live stream. तो कैसे हैं आप सभी लोग? उम्मीद करते हैं अच्छे ही होंगे और अच्छा चल रहा होगा सब। हम आ चुके हैं एक नई लाइव स्ट्रीम में। शेरलॉक होम्स द अवेकन्ड। काफ़ी देखा था ये गेम के बारे में, रिव्यू सही थे। मतलब पीसी के रिव्यू अच्छे थे इसके, तो इसके भी सही होंगे। अबे यार ऑडियो क्या आ रही है?
Dr. Watson, would you kindly close the door behind you so that we can limit the price of your carelessness to merely hours of work rather than days?
My apologies, Mr. Holmes. I found myself rather taken aback. I saw tidier houses in war-torn Afghanistan. Are those my surgical needles?
I ran out of tacks and the matter required immediate attention.
Was that my supper?
Plainly not, for I was the one who ate it.
I set it aside for this evening.
And for that, I am grateful.
Is that my bed?
Watson, since you've proven yourself a master of observation, might I ask you to apply your skills to a more pertinent question? Namely, the whereabouts of today's newspapers. They are the key to everything. The newsboy is usually reliable.
Medically speaking, I often find that the key to everything is good sleep. In a bed. Your papers are here, on the table.
Let us see what the postman brought today.
देखो भाई, welcome to the game. Use L to move around, X to interact objects. ठीक है. London advertisement.
Local gossip, all of it uninteresting. Your order from Barnes' bookshop has arrived, Doctor.
Barnes insists on delivering the books to our door, even though we could easily walk to his shop. That's good service.
Another letter from Werner. I never reply, but they
Werner.
keep coming. I don't see the Strand. Where is it?
Pardon me?
I am on the precipice of uncovering a pattern of crime across London spanning many months and involving many men. The missing paper cannot be a coincidence.
That's preposterous.
My dear fellow, life is infinitely stranger than anything which the mind of man can invent.
Well, life used your newspaper to wipe its posterior, so after that unpleasant discovery this morning, I disposed of it. But in lieu of the Strand, perhaps I can deliver you something equally tantalizing. I have just returned from a patient of mine, Captain Stemwick, who...
No, that will not do. Grab your coat, Dr. Watson. Let us hope nobody has collected the dustbin.
The Strand is missing.
The dustbin is yours for the digging, Mr. Holmes.
अबे क्या ये हमारे पीछे ही घूमता रहेगा क्या?
Don't look at me. If you want the newspaper, you'll have to get your hands dirty.
Book from ये तो मैप हो गया. Strand is missing. अच्छा ये वो है. क्या है भाई, कितना बेकार लग रहा है. ऐसे ही सही है भाई, ये तो इससे तो और बेकार लग रहा है. अबे डस्टबिन दिख इधर तो है नहीं, ठीक है डस्टबिन इधर से जाके ये है। From the morning post, Watson disposed of it outside. There is a chance still in the dustbin. अबे पर डस्टबिन में है ही किधर? डस्टबिन दिख रहा है किसी को? इधर तो है नहीं भाई, ऊपर तो देख लिया हमने, ऊपर तो नहीं है, ठीक है बाकी बची ये जगह है, इधर देखते हैं।
A cactus spine. If it gets in your skin, it's awfully tricky to remove, and when laced with poison, the perfect assassination tool. You were mistaken, Dr. Watson. The paper was indeed dirtied, but not how you implied. It's potting soil. See, Watson? The conspiracy is real. Someone tried to poison me.
Poison? You? That's madness.
तो भाई
Get the Strand. Get your copy of the Strand here. Sorry, Mr. Holmes. I just sold my last paper.
Blast. Then why are you still here?
Boss pays by the hour. No sense in returning early.
You're a bright child. I presume you see everything that goes on around here?
Nothing gets past me, mister.
Then tell me, did you notice anyone suspicious at my door this morning?
Like the man with your newspaper?
Precisely. What do you know?
I know the value of a shilling.
Dr. Watson,
Cool, now I can take the day off.
can you describe the man you saw?
He was carrying a lot of books. Up to his chin they were.
Never heard of a well-read assassin.
Looks can deceive. Hence the appeal of disguises. Which way did he go?
Not sure. I was distracted by customers. Sorry.
Did you see what he was up to?
Nah, not really. I saw him approaching your house, but I had a customer. Then there's a loud bang. I ducked down. Not because I was scared, because I wasn't. I had to protect the merchandise. And all I could see was him kneeling at your door.
All right. You earned your shilling. That'll be all.
Thanks, Mr. Holmes. Maybe I could be your eyes and ears. If you have more shillings. Get the Strand. Get your copy of the Strand here. Get the Strand. Get your copy of the Strand here.
Who ruined the strand? अच्छा ये तारे जोड़ रही हैं इधर से, ओके। बुक फ्रॉम वांस कैक्टस। Mind Palace. Questions are shown in the Mind Palace. Answer all questions to progress the next chapter. This icon on her notifies you when there is a new question to answer to Mind Palace or when you have enough evidence to. The missing copy of Strand was in the bin.
Get the Strand. Get your copy of the Strand here.
Excuse me, just one question. I wish I could help you, but I don't know. May I ask for your assistance? I wish I could help you, but I don't know.
अबे रो कौन रहा है इधर?
Do you know anything about this?
No, I don't know anything about that.
अरे वाह.
Are you able to help me?
I know
Oh,
the anyone
yes,
here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
कोई भाई जवाब देने कोई नहीं है. किसने कराया, क्या कराया, कैसे कराया?
Are you able to help me?
I wish I could help, but I know nothing.
अबे पर पूछने तो दो भाई, इन्हें कैसे पता?
May I ask you something?
It's a shame, but I can't help you.
इधर तो कुछ नहीं मिला. पैंसिया अबे यार जा नहीं सकते क्या कूद के? घर में घुस सकते क्या किसी के भी? नहीं घुस सकते, घर में नहीं जा सकते भाई किसी के भी। The news there is the same। अबे पर डस्टबिन में है किधर? कुछ भी नहीं है भाई डस्टबिन में तो। ये वाली स्ट्रीट पे जाके देखते हैं क्या पता। और ये अंकल जी केड़ी
Are you able to help me?
It's a shame, but I can't help you.
यार कोई हेल्प ही नहीं कर रहा भाई। Bernardsco। ये क्या है? Oliver's barber shop।
Help me, please.
I can't help you with that, sir.
अबे कोई हेल्प ही नहीं कर रहा भाई। केड़ी चीज कैसे काम चलेगा भाई जी?
Get the Strand. Get your copy of the Strand here.
ऊपर भी नीचे। इसमें ही कुछ कर रहा है अपने को।
Get the Strand. Get your...
कुछ तो सीन है। Among our morning deliveries, a book from Watson. It was more warmest of Barnes to bookseller who prefers for himself attached to the book of Barnes business card, which includes the address of his just around the corner. हैंची ये कौन सा बांस कुछ कर कॉर्नर पे कोई वो बत दिखा रहा है।
Copy of the Strand here.
Do you even have enemies that would want to kill you? Okay, perhaps from Cordona.
अरे बांस बुक करके कुछ तो था भाई वो। उधर किधर जा? ये क्या है? शॉपिंग कुछ ड्रग्स ड्रग्स ड्रग्स। दूसरे उधर हो सकता है दूसरी साइड पे। ऐसा बिल्कुल एकदम डिटेक्टिव हो गए अपन। लॉक एंड की शॉप। ये क्या है? फार्म फ्रेश। बांस बुक शॉप ये रही। ये तो गया हुआ है बाहर लौंडा जो भी है। The young newspaper seller didn't see much. He noticed a man approaching the house, and then he heard a loud noise. He said that the man was kneeling at our doorstep. Afterwards, apparently, the man was carrying a stack of books. Watson brought the Morning Post. The stand is missing. He disposed it entering the building because the pages were soiled. There is still a chance it might be founded on the newspaper named a deed in the pen. Man was carrying a stack of books.
Get the Strand. Get your copy of the Strand here.
वैसे हमने लगभग सब कुछ वो करा है।
Is this familiar to you?
I can't tell you because I don't know.
दोनों ग्रीन होने चाहिए तभी होगा। हेलो फिटबिट भाई, क्या हालचाल? योगेश भाई, क्या हालचाल? क्या दोनों ग्रीन कैसे मतलब? ये ग्रीन होने चाहिए दोनों। ये Mr. The news was said the station man was carrying a stack of books and this morning and Mr. Barnes will deliver a novel for Dr. Watson, a character fan of a station and allowed back a visit to Mr. Barnes in order. Oh.
Come now, Mr. Holmes. Murder? Yes, Barnes has his quirks, but he also has his scruples.
Not every pawn knows it's part of a game.
अरे गलत जा रहे हो बे हाँ ग्रीन होने चाहिए देखा टफ गेम है समझना पड़ेगा तुम्हें अब हटाओ ये सब ओके तो अभी हमको मिस्टर बांस के पास जाने का है ना क्या सीन देखने वेखने पर मिस्टर बांस तो ओ अब आया ओके
How about that Vogel fellow? He seems rather obsessed with you. Would he do something like this?
Backs under eye the effects of overall. Leans heavily on his right side, sore left leg. High heels. Wants to look taller. बस एक एविडेंस और देखना है इसकी इंक न्यूज़पेपर्स इंक हाई हील्स As a result of poor sleep and stress, he has developed a limp like the result of an attack. He wears high heels to look taller, stronger, and to future or Meshabans is threatened to some in a plot against me. अच्छा मतलब ये कुछ दे दी है वो मतलब Mr. Barnes has developed a limp and has large back under his eyes, the result of long hours of intakes. क्या कर रहा है
Mr. Barnes, a word.
डर गया भाई हमसे
Oh, for goodness sake.
Who goes there?
Sherlock Holmes. Now will you please...
Mr. Holmes. Golly, I did not see you coming.
Eh?
Would you care to answer some questions for me?
Well, I wish I could, but I am deep in the weeds with work. How about we reschedule in a month or two?
Come now, Mr. Barnes. It will only take a moment.
Really deep in the weeds with important things. Well, help yourself to any book. Just take it and pay later. I trust you, Mr. Holmes.
Barnes doesn't seem like himself. Why is he acting this way?
You're asking the right questions, Doctor. Let's find a way to coax him out. Basics of cryptoanalysis, cryptography in Egypt. It appears Barnes has an interesting hobby.
Flowers.
In the language of Mycroft's secret agents, it's a sign. Dried flowers are replaced when the job is done. The finest view London has to offer. An improvised stand, but it does make the flowers more visible.
Investigation चल रही
I could hardly imagine anything more macabre.
भाई साहब देख रहे हो ये हो रही है बहुत भयंकर इन्वेस्टिगेशन ये क्या बिल्ली
So, Barnes has a dog now. Who's a good boy?
Apologies, but I can't hear you. Please come back later.
The ladder is broken, recently, judging by the freshness of the wood.
Barnes has always been a little odd, but this is uncharacteristic even for him.
जैसे कि हम आए हैं इधर से ना, इधर से आए हैं, इधर से हमको इधर ही जाना है।
Impressive stature, strong gaze. I think this man deserves a knighthood.
Really, Holmes? How can you be so sure?
On rare occasions, Watson, it can suffice to trust one's gut.
वो तो में हो गया, एक तो जीजीज हो गया, बुक फ्रॉम बार्न्स। और वो ढूंढने पड़ेंगे अपने को। और एविडेंस देखने पड़ेंगे अपने को।
We're looking for a cactus needle in a haystack. A spine in a book stack? No, come on, Watson, think.
इन्वेस्टिगेशन करनी पड़ेगी अपने को ना। आई थिंक तो
The weather is dreary, isn't it? To be fair, my flowers could use the rainfall.
Encouraging people to stop and smell the roses?
Our national emblem. God save the Queen.
Familiar spine? Is this what I found in my dustbin? The pot is damaged. The blow was severe, but softened by something. It must take patience and care to produce a bloom so beautiful.
I imagine so. I merely sell them.
अब शायद वो
Anything tickle your fancy, Mr. Holmes?
wearing makeup for beauty or luxury fabric, unusual for work attire. Avoid the distracted. Morning, honoring deceased husband. Change shoes upon arrival. Ferrari wears a mourning brooch in the memory of her dress is made for my accents. Every that is now suited for boy. Her shoes show no traces of mud. She must have changed them. She arrived. Her eyes constantly dart around the street, seemingly search for something. Perhaps she is waiting for someone. While Miss Fleming, the memory of departed husband, she is trying to move on and suggested by her makeup and nice outfit. Perhaps she is from an accent favorite that is nothing for us.
My condolences, Mrs. Fleming.
Mr. Holmes?
Your husband's death. You're clearly still in mourning.
Oh, no. I loved him more than anything, of course, but that was some time ago now. Life goes on.
A lesson we all learn, one way or another. I'll be off.
अब देखो अब जुड़ेंगी तारों से तार. Character portrait of Mr. Bond. अबे अभी भी आ रहा है अबे. अभी भी एविडेंस चाहिए.
My gratitude, Sir Arthur.
हैं? ये क्या बोल रहे हैं आंटी? ऐसे कौन बात करता है भाई? कुछ तो गड़बड़ है दया. कुछ तो गड़बड़ है।
Hello there. What's your
ये
name?
रखो।
Lily, I know, not very original.
Ow!
I like bookshops. One of the few spots in London where you are shunned for making a racket. Didn't you once tell me that answers usually lie in plain sight?
ओ भाई, कहाँ जाऊं भाई? आह अबे ये सर्चिंग का आ रहा है ना ऑप्शन, समझ रहे हो?
May I ask you something?
I can't help you with that, sir.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Excuse me, what? I'm not sure I know.
Do you know anything about this?
It's a shame, but I can't help you.
भाई साहब ये भी नहीं है भाई, मेरा तो दिमाग वो हो गया भाई, घूम गया इसको। ओ भाई खैर आजू बाजू ही है कुछ तो।
Yes, it really not very happy with them.
भाई किधर जाऊं भाई, नींद आ गई पे घूमते घूमते मेरे को। इसी में ही है क्या अंदर ऊपर ऊपर जाने की कुछ सीन हो तो? अवतारें जोड़ने की कोशिश करते हैं। The police are currently conducting a search but never returned. The flowers are mainly so. Cactus in a cracked pot. There is a cactus with impressive spines, is a on Mr. Fleming's friend. A step ladder has freshly broken down. There is a bouquet of dead flowers in the window of Barnes bookshop. It is displayed on top of a pile of books. Several times on man's counter. मैं बता रहा हूँ भाई कुछ तो है। अबे वो उसका ऑप्शन आ रहा है ना सर्च का, लेकिन सर्च का ऑप्शन तो आ रहा है लेकिन
I'm afraid I can't help with that, Mr. Holmes.
One of these things is not like the other.
Come again?
The cactus. Those fearsome spines can prove a devil to remove, and the sap is often toxic.
And a rose thorn can give you tetanus, but we still grow them. The cactus seems comparatively harmless, though you have me thinking it must be valuable.
I was under the impression that you knew its price already.
Your guess is as good as mine. The first time I saw this cactus was when I came back from my break. Are you sure you're asking the right person? I'm just a flower seller.
What do you make of the flowers in Barnes' shop window?
Well, they could use a bit of water.
Do they mean anything to you?
Mean anything how? I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Holmes.
Why do you think they're there?
Are you suggesting the flowers are for me?
It seems likely, does it not?
Oh, I hope you're right. I don't know anything about this, sorry. I'm afraid I can't help with that, Mr. Holmes. I'm afraid I can't help with that, Mr. Holmes.
Are you familiar with Mr. Barnes?
Yes. No, not really. Well, in a way.
What on earth does that mean?
I know who
मैं
he is,
पूरे
of course.
15-20 मिनट
but we
घूमने के
haven't
बाद
shared
पता
much
लगा
more than a
आंटी से
look.
बात करने की एविडेंस
Yes. Each
बताओ
morning I
यार
go for a walk in the park with my
बताओ
dog.
बताओ बताओ
And most days I spot Mr. Barnes
क्या
there
कर
with
रहा
his
है
new puppy. So we see each other. Actually, we once met briefly while our dogs played. He was quiet and seemed unsteady as he approached. But since then, we've never spoken. I often see him staring through the shop window. Sometimes I wonder what he thinks about that would etch such longing onto his face. I should have worn something warmer.
देख रहे हो तारे जोड़ रहे हैं भाई साहब बहुत भयंकर तरीके से देख रहे हो ये बात Bunch bouquet dead flowers to attract the attention of Mr. Fleming Flores. He may hope she will Barnes gifted her a kettle which he ordered from the catalog on his counter. A conventional choice, but for Barnes, the symbol of his indulgence love and these cacti plainly. अभी कैसे अभी
I think perhaps I have been chasing shadows.
Do not despair, Mr. Holmes. Even the best of us make mistakes. We better tell Mr. Barnes what we've learned.
Mr. Barnes, I know what you did, and I know why you did it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Holmes.
अब पता
I
चला
can't
कि
hear
नहीं।
you very well from behind the door.
अरे यार।
I couldn't read this morning's edition of The Strand because it was covered in soil and spines. I know you dropped a cactus on it and then fled. You ordered a cactus from the plant catalogue and then left it for Mrs. Fleming as a gift. You place flowers in the window to get her attention and wear high heels to appear taller and more desirable. You are her secret admirer.
Barnes, it's Dr. Watson. Rest assured we are not interested in disclosing your personal affairs to anyone, including Mrs. Fleming. Please come out.
All right, then.
So, you know what happened then? I was on my way back from the post office, having picked up the cactus and some books. It was quite an awkward package, heavy too, and when I got to your door, I dropped the cactus and your paper. Forgive me.
I needed that paper to prove a theory and prevent a crime. Your actions were rather disruptive. Your clumsiness carrying the post is matched only by the clumsiness of your romantic gesture.
Oh, it's true. I am useless with this sort of thing. I'm not even sure if Mrs. Fleming noticed.
I have neither the experience nor the interest in navigating the finer sex and their peculiarities. Do what you will.
Oh, right. Yes, of course.
So, at last, we return to the matter of the paper. I'm investigating a string of burglaries. Did you perhaps read of any before the edition was spoiled?
I don't recall, but you're welcome to read our copy for yourself.
You had an issue of The Strand here all along?
Well, naturally. I am a bookseller. I have a subscription to every magazine and newspaper in London.
So you ought to be familiar with the concept of burying the lead.
Oh no, my apologies, Mr. Holmes. I'll make it up to you however I can. I am an expert on obscure languages and translation and
Yes, okay. Just give me the paper. Come, Dr. Watson. Let us put this matter behind us.
Farewell, Mr. Barnes. I hope to hear good news about you and Mrs. Fleming.
Well, that was an utter waste of time.
An assassination did seem rather unlikely.
There was supposed to be another burglary. I was certain of it. Something you wish to say, Doctor?
No. Well, only that you have a remarkable faculty for deduction and pattern recognition. And that perhaps, if ill-applied...
I see things that are not there.
Yes. It is London. There will always be burglaries. Doesn't have to mean anything.
So it seems. Forgive me. Without something to occupy my mind, I turn into an entirely different animal.
Which brings us back to my news from earlier. I think I have a case for you, a real one.
Truly?
Indeed. Though perhaps not as thrilling as your stories from Cordona. A patient of mine, Captain Stenwick, told me that his servant disappeared. I said I knew just the man to help. What do you say?
Oh, Watson.
Yes, I know it's not the most tantalizing mystery, nor the story to launch my writing career. But
it's brilliant. Let's go.
Oh, good. Well, his house is nearby. Come. Not much further now.
Is this lousy attitude of yours because of my altercation with Inspector Lockhart? Did he put you up to this?
Sir, the Inspector has nothing to do with it. I'm telling you the same thing I tell anyone seeking a missing person.
Good day, gentlemen. Forgive the intrusion. Captain Stenwick, this is my colleague Sherlock Holmes, the consulting detective I told you about.
At last, a professional. This useless officer refuses to do anything about Kimmy here, my missing servant. What was your name again? I shall be certain to inform your superiors.
Sergeant Ruffles. And it's my superiors who made this decision, sir.
Have there been other disappearances lately?
Of course, here and there. But when life is tough and opportunity comes knocking, you can't blame those who answer.
Why has the police department decided not to help?
We investigate murders, thefts, fraud, arson, real crimes. A servant walking away from his master is not our highest priority. That said, if we find Kimahia breaking the law, we'll be sure to notify Captain Stenwick. Now, I must be off. Best of luck in your search.
You heard that, didn't you? The way that man spoke to me. I shall need your written testimony. Then we can lodge a complaint.
Captain, perhaps Mr. Holmes' time is better spent learning about your servant, so that he may begin his investigation.
Ah, yes. Quite right. Fire away.
Tell me about Kimahia.
He's foreign. A Maori. All the way from New Zealand. Biggest man you've ever seen. And as strong as two. Dark hair and fearsome tattoos. He doesn't speak a whit of English. Never bothered to learn. But I made do with pointing. I invested a lot of money in him, so he must be found.
When did you last see your servant?
Kimmy here normally brings me the morning papers, but yesterday I had to get them myself. He must have escaped the night before yesterday.
May I see your servant's bedroom?
His shack is in the garden. You can't miss it.
Did you search the room?
Of course, but only to check he wasn't lying dead inside. Everything seemed normal at a glance.
I take it this is the first time Kimahia has vanished?
Undoubtedly. The man seemed terrified of the city. I think it was all the noise. He never left this estate. Should he cause any damage, I will bear the responsibility, for it was I who rescued him from savagery and brought him here to England in the first place.
Is there any reason Kimahia may have left?
I should think not. He had all he could have wanted. Gainful employment, new clothes, and all the cabbage he could eat.
Did Kimahia make off with anything of value?
Oh,
heavens, no. I would have mentioned it to Sergeant Ruffles.
Still, he must have fled with some money on his person.
No. I kept his wages in my safe. For security.
All right, Captain. I think I have enough to get started. We shall first take a look around the mansion.
Go ahead. I'll be here, mentally drafting my complaint.
Investigation scene found. Where the fuck? Oh my god. भाई इन्वेस्टिगेशन होगा भाई बहुत भयंकर.
Impressive. The sack of grain retained the shape of an impact. Someone hit their head here. A small navy spyglass. A scrap of Hessian.
These were sturdy boxes. It would have required a serious blow to break them. No air coming through it.
ये क्या भाई मीट टाइप
Mutton chops, the remains of a meal.
broken
A heavy chemical odour. Lend me your nose, Doctor.
Ah, I'll never forget that smell after my time in Afghanistan. That's an opioid, Mr. Holmes, a narcotic.
The ashes are long since cold. A Maori nose flute. Ngurus, they're called. Clothes made of Hessian. Is Stenwick really so miserly? Clothes made of Hessian. Is Stenwick really so miserly? Is this a Taniwha, a Maori water spirit, or something else?
Either way, it's giving me chills.
The rag reeks of smoke. Someone plugged the chimney. through it. Is this a Taniwha, a Maori water spirit? Or something else? Clothes made of Hessian. Is Stenwick really so miserly?
Stenwick makes his servant live in a tool shed? You think you know someone?
भाई साहब आजू बाजू दे अरे रहा
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right. Chewing tobacco.
Foods.
A shoe print, roughly size 11, with a worn-out sole. These are a workman's boots.
भाई ऊपर चले जा
Looks like a knee print. Someone knelt here. The amount of chewing tobacco suggests they were waiting a while.
Amazing, Mr. Holmes. To read the ground like an open book.
Yeah. और दिख क्या है
I will not be long, Captain. could have left these tracks? They seem fresh.
भाई साहब कल किलो देखो एक तो मिल गया, 2 एविडेंस और अपने को मांगता। अब वो मेरे ख्याल से हमको आई से घूम के जाना पड़ेगा।
Is this familiar to you?
I wish I could help you, but I don't know.
ये तो साला कोई कुछ हेल्प ही नहीं करता भाई। पुलिस वाले हट क्यों नहीं रहे भाई? इन्होंने तो नहीं करा कुछ।
Do you think Kimmy here had an accomplice in his escape?
hit the Strand. Get your copy of the Strand here.
देखो ये जा रहे हैं ट्रैक्स, ठीक है, इनको फॉलो करते हैं अपन।
Are you able to help me?
A lady doesn't know about such things.
May I ask for your assistance?
Excuse me, what? Well, I'm not sure I know.
भैंस की आँख कुछ तो गड़बड़ लग रही है मेरे को। इनसे पूछें दादाजी से।
Do you know anything about this?
It's a shame, but I can't help you.
What a grim view.
अरे हट जा मेरे सामने से मेरा भाई। भाई ज्यादा दिमाग यूज कर लिया मैंने आज।
I will not be long, Captain.
और कितने एविडेंस चाहिए? अब क्या हो सकता है बे?
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
People don't tend to come out for flowers when it rains. Perhaps I should try selling door to door. Have a look at my flowers. They will not bite unless you touch their thorns.
अभी आया बॉयज। I'm big boys. देखो इन्वेस्टिगेशन एरिया है ये, ठीक है। अब मुझे लग रहा है 2000 IQ का प्रयोग करना ही पड़ेगा भाई जी, वरना नहीं यार। पर कुछ वो भी तो नहीं है ना। क्या करना चाहिए बे? अभी आया बस 2 मिनट। I'm back, boys.
I will not be long, Captain. Chewing tobacco. A shoe print, roughly size 11, with a worn-out sole. These are a workman's boots. This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right. No air coming through it. Is this a taniwha, a Maori water spirit? Or something else? Clothes made of Hessian. Is Stenwick really so miserly? A Maori nose flute. Ngurus, they're called. Clothes made of Hessian. Is Stenwick really so miserly? Clothes made of Hessian. Is Stenwick really so miserly? I will not be long, Captain. I will not be long, Captain.
I thought you were meant to be intelligent. Where on earth are you going with this?
Do you happen to know Kimahir's shoe size?
I wouldn't have the foggiest. But I'm sure it was enormous. Not that it matters. He spent his life barefoot. Despite my best efforts, he simply did not take to shoes.
क्या भाई कब लिया गेम ये मैंने डाउनलोड करवाया है ना उससे ऑनलाइन डाउनलोड करा है इसमें।
Has Kimahir ever indulged
एक
in
आईडी ली
tobacco?
थी मैंने उससे।
No, the man doesn't
समझ
even
रहे हो?
drink.
Are you certain? I found chewing tobacco in the garden.
I controlled
और
Kimahir's
बताओ क्या हाल
expenses
चाल
since he
लगन
struggled
भाई?
with the currency. I would have known if he
चल रही है
used
जिंदगानी?
tobacco.
The door to your garden has an interesting lock.
Yes, I have uncommon
यार
locks on
मेरा
every door of my
स्ट्रीम
mansion.
डायरेक्ट करे
It makes
करूँगा,
them harder
समझ
to
रहे हो?
pick.
डायरेक्ट
Kimahir and
स्ट्रीम
I
ज़्यादा
both
सही
had a
लगती है
set of
मेरे को।
keys.
I'll need to borrow them.
No, you'll need to do what I tell you to do. Examine the garden. Are you joking? Why would I know this?
PlayStation की तो डायरेक्ट ही सही लगती है।
I came across a pile of Hessian clothes in the shack. Are they Kimahir's?
Yes. I had to give him something to clothe himself. He seemed unfazed by his bare skin, but I found it distracting. Where on earth are you going with this?
Is this spyglass familiar?
I don't recognize it.
डिटेक्टिव हो गए
Could
भाई
it be
फुल
Kimahir's,
एकदम।
perhaps?
I doubt
समझ
it.
रहे हो?
I never saw him with it, nor could I suggest how he might have come by it.
no angel, but he's one of my few clients. Please, try to remember courteous.
appearance is intriguing, though. I cannot
Someone moved a cart to this spot and then took it elsewhere. Can't see it anywhere in the garden. Surveilling from afar, the intruder waited for a window of opportunity. When Kimahir went to sleep, the man crept up to the shack and slipped narcotics down the chimney pipe, then blocked it with a cloth. Kimahir inhaled the sedative and fell into a deep sleep. The intruder tried to move him, but the man was heavier than expected. The intruder fell on the sack and dropped his spyglass. In order to transport the servant, he had to use the cart. The final challenge was opening the garden door. Luckily for our intruder, Kimahir had the key in his shack.
Remarkable. It makes total sense.
ये बात बोल डिटेक्टिव बोलते भाई जी ऐसी थोड़ी ना है.
You'd best have found something by now, gentlemen.
I found the residue of narcotics in Kimahir's brazier. There are several explanations. I fear that someone may have spied upon Kimahir. You said that you checked the shack earlier. Did you notice the cart tracks near it? Now, one ought to expect a servant to make regular use of such a thing. Indeed, I would have overlooked the detail were it not for the cart's absence. If, as you say, Kimahir never leaves your estate, then where did it go?
I expect answers from you, Mr. Holmes.
I won't keep you in suspense any longer, Captain. Kimahir was abducted by the owner of the spyglass. When your servant fell asleep, he slipped a narcotic into Kimahir's brazier to make him sleep even more soundly. In order to carry a man as large as Kimahir, the intruder stole the cart and rolled him right out of your garden.
Now, hold on. All this simply to tell me what I already know? Why haven't you found him yet?
I only arrived a moment ago. It is, frankly, incredible that I have already deduced so much.
Every second you dawdle here, waiting for me to stroke your ego, is another second wasted. I'm not interested in the how, the why, or the who. I am only interested in recovering my investment. Spare me the claptrap, boy, and go and fetch my servant.
Captain, you are so addled by delusions of competence.
The point is, Captain, we're telling you this for a reason. The intruder fled through the garden door, and we need a key to follow his trail.
Well, then you should have led with that. Here you go. I hope you'll return soon.
चलो वॉइस ये अब कल करेंगे इसको कंटिन्यू बाय बहुत ही मज़ा आया भाई जी खेल के एकदम फुल मिलते हैं आपसे कल बाय 600 का टारगेट है वो सब्सक्राइब कर देना बाय